The promotion of clean renewable energy, particularly solar, is vital in economic development. However, access to solar energy still remains largely untapped in Zimbabwe and most other African countries, despite the numerous benefits that come with solar-generated electricity.
Zvazviri pasolar panel inotibatsira zvikuru pamakore ano kana kuti pamazuva ano atiri. Magetsi edu ngatiti akadzima. Masolar panels edu ane capacity inongoitwawo nemagetsi, anokwanisa kurana mapumps arimo mune maballs.
Tichitaura nezve solar systems, tikutora nezve magetsi emahara atinopiwa naMwari kubva kuzuva. Zvinhu zvatinongoshandisa, hatina chatinonyanyoda ipapo. Kungoti just ngoita mapanels ako, then pane mabatteries nemainverters tatova nemwenje mudzimba. Takutoshandisa pakuona maTVs, takushandisa pakutochaja maphones. Tine mapumps anoshandisa mazuva, direct current. Then tine mamo anoshandisa magetsi. But magetsi aya tinenge tichingoshandisa futi solar. Tine atinoti madrive, ndo anotichinjira DC to AC kana kuri kumapumps.
It is a better and sustainable form and source of energy.
Increasing urbanization, population growth, and economic development in the country are driving electricity demand, and the falling cost of solar energy systems is encouraging the adoption of the technology as a way to leapfrog straight to low-carbon sustainable solutions. With people struggling to remain dependent on electricity from state supply, solar energy is rapidly becoming a life-changer among Zimbabweans in both urban and rural areas.
Taenda kumaruva, tiri kutaura kuti solar energy iyi tinokwanisa kuishandisa for solar water pumping. Kune vari kuita maprojects ekurima, vari kuita maprojects emhuka. Tine masystems anonzi masolar water pumping systems. Tiri kuti tinenge tichipomba mvura yedu yekudiridzira kana mvura yekufeeda zvipfuwo zvedu tinenge tichipomba nesolar.
So we must promote the use of green light. Tikuda kuti patinoshandisa solar, patinoshandisa reusable resources, we go in extra mile. Tichantarise kuti you've paid something, you pay once and you go in extra mile.
According to the World Bank, access to electricity in Southern Africa is around 28%, below the continental average of 31%. But for Zimbabwe, it is a different story altogether, with the country joining global efforts to eliminate energy poverty by 2030 under the United Nations Sustainable Energy for All initiative.
So the sun is a natural attraction. We have it everywhere. We don't have to pay for it. Once installed, the running costs are very much next to zero. So obviously people still have my apprehensions over the initial startup cost. But if you look at the cost of ownership and maintaining such a system over, say, 3 years, it becomes much cheaper than any other conventional form of energy.
Solar energy is helping us a lot. For example, you can see we have this is part of 1,650 plants of banana plants, which we irrigate using drip irrigation, our bores being pumped by solar energy.
Tikukurudzirana zvakasimba kuti zvatane mvura yedu yakanaka kai atiyada kunzwa dambudziko remanyoka atiyada kunzwa kuti vanhu vanongonwa mvura pese pese aiwa ka.
Solar power is not only a great way to generate clean electricity, but the solar-powered systems are also helpful for either domestic or agriculture purposes to pump water without worrying about the water bills.
Dambudziko remvura muno especially kuno kweKoltapara rarakaoma sasa because kana dai city of Harare chaiyo area yedu kudai kusvika kudziwo kwakusingabude mvura kana dai kumwe kwese kukabuda kuno kuyanga isingabudi. Saka inofanira kuti taitonochera mvura kwaGosden uko muzvitubu
nekuti zvairwadza iyo zvemvura imboenda pasi pasi kuti ibude mbushpambo munoziva kuti inonetsa inotora nguva but zvino nenyaya yemagetsi akauya esolar system hazvichatori nguva, uyezve miriwo iri apa iri kubenefita community pakutiwo vanhu vari kuwanawo mari. Mvura iri kubuda iri kumashure kwangu iri kuti inorasika pamataps apo ine chinhu chatakagadzira chiri paside pacho chakaita chidhamu, inocherwa ichidzokera futi mumunda, saka excess water yedu haisi kurasika.
Yangu tinospenda 10 mapanel, but so far ndiri kushandisa 8 ma370, but mvura yacho so far yakanaka, pakashota 2 chete pakuti akwane 10 kuti mvura yacho inyatsobuda zvakanaka. But so far ndikataura kuti pamvura yatopomba inini pe 5000 liters inogona kuda about 50 to 40 minutes inenge yazara.
In Zimbabwe, a lot of individuals and institutions are gradually shifting from traditional electricity to reliable energy solutions such as solar and biogas to both accelerate energy access and support sustainable economic growth.
Ngati nyaripo ndekuti mvura ndo chinhu chekutanga. Kuti uite zvinhu izvi pasina mvura hauiti. Ndosana kuti ndakatenga masola angu aya. Ani maona kuti hapana kana magetsi, hapana chii, pandoshandisa solar system. But ndaona kwandiri inini yakanaka. Kune vechidiko mayouth anenge ndoti aiwa. Kana une piece yako kandima, kalendi kauinako, kashandise. Kwakwanisa kuva nemvura, tengawo masola ako. Then unokwanisa kuva uchirarama upenyu hwakanaka. Hazvinake musi watanga kuzviita, zvinoenda zvichinaka mchana. Saipapa patita kuti unogona kutengesa iwo makrate ako eti $10, $15, $20. Zvosiyana netime, pamwe watotengesa about $30 crate. Kana zvinhu zvakanakawo. Kana uchavhesto 100, eti $30 none 3000. Kana uchavhesto about 100 nema 20 none 2000.
Sandringham High School, a Methodist church-run school in Norton, is one such institution that has adopted renewable energy technologies such as solar and biogas to power the energy needs of the school.
We have realized that learners are losing a lot of valuable learning time through ZESA outages. And in our case, it's even worse because our line stretches from Chegutu to this place, which is almost 66 kilometers, and it passes through resettlement areas where at times vandalism to the electricity lines is rampant. So because of that, we thought of having backup, of introducing both solar and biogas. So it will always give our learners the ample time to do their studies without disturbances.
Zvinotibatsira kana tiri kutaura painstitution yakaita sechikoro, especially these days ZESA hatitomboiverengi. Inoti ikauya totoverenga mazuva inouya than mazuva inenge iriko. Saka vana vanenge vachida study a boarding institution, and vana vanenge vachida study, saka we have solar pakustada, we have solar for cooking, we have solar for lighting.
We are no longer worried about our evening and morning studies, considering the fact that the school has got us covered. Also, the school has got other activities, extracurricular activities that they do, and that includes church services as well as music. That can only be achieved if there is a good supply of electricity.
According to the school's authorities, the solar project at the boarding school is one of the many goals that the institution is implementing to protect the environment and contribute to sustainable development.
It powers our water for both projects. We run a lot of projects at this school. We have dairy, we have beef, we have fish, we have pigs, we have quite a number, gardening and quite a number of other things. So they require a lot of water. Apart from just watering the lawns and flowers, we also use solar energy in our kitchen. We have freezers, we have bakery, we have laundry. All these are powered by solar, apart from other normal areas like computer lab, the science lab, and the domestic power use. We also have food and TTD, we have FTD. All these require a lot of electricity and power, and the solar has proved to substitute this very well.
sechechiwo tinenge ichitoti tiri vanhu vari kuita abide by the laws nezviri kuindika tiri kumhanya nenguva sevanhu tofanirwa kumhanyawo nenguva ka kwete kuita chechi inosara iri kumasure saka seinstitution iri under chechi tofanirwa kumhanya nenguva totopota tichiita the solar way. Even zvemareservoir yemvura tikutozvida kuti tigadzirise zvese zviite zvakanaka tisambonetseke nenhau yemvura kana kuti yelight.
Let us open word processing. Click on start. Then you look for a word, then you open the word. Open text action.
In my practical, we need electricity because as you can see right now, we are in a computer science lab. We need the electricity to make sure that the computers are on and also to ensure that the learners have sufficient amount of electricity to operate their computers. And in my second practical, food technology and design, we do cooking, and of which we need electricity to be cooking. That ensures that the learners are experienced in cooking, because when Form 4 comes, we are going to have certain exams where you actually cook a meal and you will be judged by speed and so on.
Tikatarisa kuti ivo pachezvavo vanga vakutotanga kucomplaina nenhau yestudy kwete ivo voga, even maparents. Mwana kuunzwa paboarding school is all about study, but if you go paboarding school without study wangofanana nemunhu ari paapa top, wangofanana nemunhu ari kuruzevha asina timetable yekuverenga. Saka vana vari kuzvigashira, ende ndinofara kuti even now we introduced the morning study period ende vakaitambira very positively.
My practicals are TGD and technical graphics and design and computer science. Yeah, at computer science we need a lot of electricity because, you know, as we work with desktops here at school, we can't work with desktops without electricity. And like, just imagine going 4 hard periods of just doing theory and it just pushes back and we lose very, very valuable information we're going to need at our exam. Because in like Form 4, at the end at our ZIMSEC examination, we are going to type like a program or something that could disadvantage us if we keep on losing electricity that is valuable.
As a student, an A-level student, I can use my laptop at any given time. Why? Because the electricity supply is now available. Considering the fact that our laptops need to charge in order for them to be working very well, it would be nice and it would be conducive if I have a laptop for myself that is charged through the electricity.
The transition to renewable energy, especially solar in Zimbabwe, has been progressing impressively over the last decade, with many organizations in the renewable sector working to increase renewable energy capacity in recent years. This acceleration of the energy transition has presented more investment opportunities in the renewable energy sector.
Ikange yatongoiswa sezvayaitwa izvi, hapasisina chimwe chichada kubhadharwa for the actual energy. Of course, there is maintenance that will be needed for the other plumbing components, like if it was any other energy supply source. But also in terms of the cause for us to go green and avoid my emissions, which would have been the case if we've been using diesel, or even if we were to tap into the national grid, which we know, amongst other sources, is powered by thermal, coal, and so forth. And then we also have power outages, akawanda, if we were to use the grid.
For many people in Zimbabwe, the move to embrace solar energy comes at a time the United Nations is encouraging countries the world over to achieve its sustainable development goal of ensuring access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy for all.
Challenge huru yatinayo kushayikwa kwemari kune vanoda maproducts aya. Because tiri kuti maproducts aya kana kuti chirongwa ichi chirongwa chakanaka chekuti munhu wese anochiyemura, asi homwe ndo ingazorema. Saka chikumbiro chatinacho kuhurumende kuti hurumende yedu dai yakwanisawo kuitawo a fund inokwanisa kubatsira vanenge vachida kuitawo maprojects aya ari solar powered or masystems avo ari solar powered, kuti yabatsirawo yapawo maincentives kuti vanhu vakwanise kurerukirwa pavanoita masystems avo esolar.
I want to invite almost every institution, not only educational institution, but even industries, to try solar, because for us it has worked wonders. If you are out of it, you can't see the benefit. But as long as you engage a solar company which is diligent, which is honest, which does the work well, you will always enjoy. It may appear expensive as you start, but with time, it is money saving.
Zimbabwe is targeting to cut its total emissions by about a third by 2030, mostly by increasing investments in hydropower and solar power and improving energy efficiency as part of the Paris Agreement on climate change.
Kana tichitaura zvesolar energy, tiri kutaura zvemagetsi atinowana kubva kuzuva tichishandisa masolar panels. So tiri kutaura kuti solar energy yakatinakira, be it mumatowns, kumaruzevha, kwakangosiyana siyana. Tiri mumatowns tinogona kushandisa solar energy semagetsi edu epamba. Kunzvimbo dziya manewsstands kusati kwasvika magetsi kana kuti kwagara kuine magetsi kare, tinogona kushandisa moto uyu wezuva nekuti moto watinowana mahara, watinowana pachena.
Considering the fact that we already have challenges with our electricity supply, so with this growth it's going to cause an even higher demand for energy, and renewable energy being easily accessible, this then holds the great potential that we have for energy supplied through solar.
Nearly 28% of Zimbabwe's electricity supply comes from fossil fuel power plants and about half from hydropower. The remainder is imported. The development and transfer of clean energy technologies are key pillars in mitigating the causes of climate change and adapting to its effects.
I think Zimbabweans have come to accept solar as an alternative form of energy. In fact, it's become the preferable one, not least because it's abundant, but also because you've got areas where there's no grid reach.
They want something that they benefit. Kana tikataura kuti let's raise the fees kuti titenge solar instruments kana kuti tiinstall solar, avanhu havafariri, but kuti vazoona paane solar they enjoy.
I foresee Sandringham at a very outstanding height, especially the power provision. The pass rate, you may also need to know that we had 100% pass rate at A level last time and 90.1% at ordinary level. It is our dream that now that we have increased our study time because of the availability of solar light to 11 o'clock in the evening every day of their schooling here. So I don't see any reason why we can fail to have 100% ordinary level and 100% advanced level.
We are going an extra mile. In 2-3 years to come, Sandringham will never be the same again.
Tichikompare nedzimwe nyika, isu seZimbabwe tichine parefu panoda kuti tishande kuti tisvike pamalevels edzimwe nyika dziri kunze uko. Zvinoda a joint effort yemunhu wese kuti tikwanise kupfudza solar iyi ichienda mberi, itekeshere nenyika yose.